right, I'm going to walk you through an entire light back and biceps workout. That is what I am currently doing right now, as well as one of our recent clients, Cole Ford. He's on his second phase right now, just finished up his first month, so we're getting a little more advanced. And the workout that I wrote for him, I looked at it and I was like, you know what? I'd like to start doing this one too. So this is the one that I'm going to rock for the next few weeks here, getting my supplements all together. So if you want to fast forward straight to the workout, that starts at 6:33. Just going over my supplements really quick, and then my pre-workout meditation and prayer that I usually do in the truck on the way to the gym. So getting my Vitagen in there. It is a liquid multivitamin. It's got ashwagandha and rhodiola in it, and so it keeps those thyroid levels in check. I just showed you really quick the pre-workout and the creatine that I take. I don't mix those in with everything else because they are apple flavored. So I like to drink those first. And then anything lemon and blue raspberry really tastes good together. So I put some lemon juice in both of these containers first. And then I just added some BCAAs. This is a glutamine, and the one right before that with the lemon, that is the pump formula. So that has citrulline malate 4:1 ratio. It's the only citrulline that apparently even works. So make sure that our pump formula is good, especially being on a low carb diet. The pump formula is a really good investment. Got to taste them and make sure that they taste good. Oh, and my cameraman, Mr. Kevin, I always hook up people that take videos of my workouts with some samples or something cool, something off our website, whatever we have extra stock of. I like to be a giver, and I really appreciate people that take their time to help us with our dream and making these videos happen. All of these supplements are available on our website, supersetyourlife.com. Go to the supplements tab, and unless it says sold out, everything is in stock and ready to ship that same day usually. If not, we'll get it out first time the next day. All right, hooking them up with a shaker bottle, giving them the apple flavors of the CGP, creatine glycerol phosphate, best creatine you'll ever have, and the pre-workout. And going over my gym bag real quick, making sure I got everything. Got my second pre-workout in, and cable attachment. Important decision. What color are we going to get? These are all also available on our website at supersetyourlife.com under the tab Skullbellz, our skull extra long rope cable attachment. All right, and on my way to Gold's Gym, Hazeldale right now. This is actually one of my favorite points in the day on the 3 days a week that I do go to the gym instead of training at home, is just this time of prayer and meditation and focus and thinking about what most of the groups we're going to hit, getting back to clients, Marco Polo messages on the way there, sometimes make a phone call if I need to, but sipping on my metabolic nutrition, delicious green apple flavor CGP, that is creatine glycerol phosphate, and pre-workout. Both of them apple flavored. You got to mix the same flavors together. Nothing worse than having apple and fruit punch and blue raspberry and like everything mixed together. Got to keep it consistent. So anyway, I'm looking down like this right now because on the way to the gym, I like to go over whatever Bible verse it is that I'm memorizing. This is the one that I'm kind of hooked on right now. It's a good like battle mentality, but yeah, it's on the bottom part of my visor, my sun visor. So it is 1 Samuel 15:32 through 33. Then Samuel said, "Bring here to me Agag, king of the Amalekites." And Agag came to him cheerfully. And Agag said, "Surely the bitterness of death is past." And Samuel said, "As your sword has made women childless, so shall your mother be childless among women." And Samuel hacked Agag into pieces before the Lord in Gilgal. Now, that verse is extremely important because, first of all, it's just freaking funny because the guy thinks that he's getting let out of jail, but God specifically told Saul to kill all of the Amalekites. These are very, very evil people, and if any of them survived, they were so evil that they would probably wipe out the Jews, which is almost what happened. Haman was a descendant of Agag, this guy that Saul did not kill. So because he disobeyed God, if you read the book of Esther, you'll see that Haman, this descendant of Agag, the Amalekite, almost single-handedly killed all the Jews. He got a decree passed to be able to have all the Jews killed, and through some miraculous providence of God and some bravery on the part of Mordecai and Esther, they were able to prevent that from happening. So pretty impactful verse, and what that reminds me of is any sin that I have in my life, I literally need to declare war on it, and I can't let any of it survive. So this is the kind of stuff that I like to think about on the way to the gym. Just gets me motivated, gets me positive, and keeps me focused on eternal things. It's the whole reason that I go to the gym in the first place is because our bodies are temple, and we have a responsibility to steward the bodies that we've been given. And I believe that taking care of your body by means of health and nutrition and even aesthetics is showing respect for the body that you've been given and doing something. Oh, right, and we are at the gym now. So I like to start every workout at the gym with applying a topical fat burner onto my abs and my glutes, and then hit the sauna for a little bit, get them warm and sweaty, mobilize those fat cells. The weight belt helps with that too. And then do about 10-15 minutes of warm-up cardio on the treadmill. Okay, and then that brings us to the first exercise, which is an activation superset. These are going to be 2 exercises back-to-back, horizontal face pulls, 3 sets of 20, and close grip lat pull downs. We're going to do 15 on the first one just to get some blood in there, and then get right to the money range, which is 8 reps for the back. Back is mostly fast twitch fibers, and then 8 reps is still enough to where you can go heavy, but you're getting adequate blood flow into those lats. This variation of face pulls I love because it's just a little bit lower, and it just hits them from a different angle than the higher position you see most people doing face pulls with. Okay, and then we're going to go into a back and biceps superset. And in this workout, every superset with biceps is actually going to start with biceps, and then there's going to be a back exercise immediately after it. So here we have a pump exercise because we're going for the pump. We're starting with dumbbell hammer curls, 5 sets of 12, and then going right into T-bar rows. And again, we're going to start with 1 set of higher reps and then go right into the money zone, which is 8 reps for the back. I like to burn out the biceps right before doing a back exercise for 2 reasons. One, it's a smaller muscle group. So whenever you're doing a superset and you have 2 exercises back to back, you always want to do the smaller muscle group first, because if you get a pump in the bigger muscle group, which is the lats, then it's hard to get a pump in the little muscle group, which is the biceps, second. So with that in mind, the second reason is because we want to pre-fatigue the biceps, which will give you a better lat activation. Because if the biceps are too tired to help with back exercises, then you're automatically going to get more back activation. Okay, that brings us to the third superset, which is diverging face curls and seated cable rows with a wide grip. Again, we're starting with the biceps first and then ending with a back exercise. This is a move that I invented with the skull cable attachment. Obviously, there's other people that have done this exercise too, but it's just not the same if you have a smaller rope. That longer rope really allows you to be able to start with that pronation and with the supination and really hit that peak. And you can't do that with the smaller imported ropes from China. All right, and then we're headed the seated cable row. Notice that I'm using wrist straps on this one. And the reason is because if you just grab the bar, you're really just using a lot of forearm and biceps and straining your wrists. So if you have straps, that's going to allow you to really be able to focus on those back muscles. And that's a back exercise for the upper back. All right, and then going back to the second set of these, I like to go with strict form for about 10 reps. And then if I can get another like 2, 3, 4, 5 reps, I think I was getting 10 strict ones and then 5 cheat ones at the end, using a little bit of glutes and a little bit of hamstrings just to pull that rope up, make sure that I'm going down with strict form though. And I think this is my last set of high cable rows. Notice that I'm pulling the bar to my chest, focusing on stretching those shoulder blades out and then slamming them together. Now, this exercise is actually really similar to the first one that you saw. This is a stretch superset, and the word stretch is what we use here because you're focusing on really relaxing all those upper back muscles to stretch them all out and then pumping them up with high reps. I have 12 reps. I think I was doing about 20 here. Anything between 12, 15, 20 is a good rep range for this last exercise here. And then working some abs in between sets, planks. Abs I always put at the end of the workout because not that they're not important. They're definitely important. They're definitely important, but they're not as important as the other compound lifts, mainly because you're using abs when you do rows and overhead presses and squats and anything that's compound anyway. And this move hits all the back muscles. If you notice, it's very, very similar again to the horizontal face pulls, but the main difference is where you're pulling the cable. So if I was pulling the cable up to my ears, that would be hitting the rear deltoids. I'm still getting a little bit of rear delts here too, but if you notice, I'm hitting mostly lats and mid back muscles. Okay, and then one more set of abs, and now we have the burnout set. We are going until failure. And what you do is you go until you can't pull anymore. And it helps if you have a buddy like I had here to help move the pin in the weight stack. And I just go until failure. And as soon as I stop, he knows to pull the pin and to drop it. And I go until I can get 20 reps. As soon as I can get 20 reps, then it's just kind of cardio after that point. You're not really doing a lot of muscle damage anymore. So yeah, this one was pretty exhausting, not gonna lie. It's a good pump though. You just feel like a beast after you finish this last set, and don't plan on doing anything else after this workout wise because you're probably pretty much shot. All right, and then finishing off with some stair mill. This is the best fat burning post workout cardio. I got my weight belt and my hoodie on again. Make sure I get good and sweaty in a good fat burning state. This is where your testosterone's high, your growth hormone's high, your endorphins are high because of everything you just did as far as your lifting goes. And if you look on the right, you will see me tracking all of my lifts from my workout. I don't usually do it while I'm working out because I'm usually on the phone or on social media or taking videos, making friends, recovering, deep breathing, that kind of stuff between exercises. So while it's all fresh in my head, the first thing I do before I forget is write down everything that I did. And then I know that next workout, everything needs to improve. So I need to either lift heavier weight or get an extra rep or something to where I improve on this workout that I just did today.